Hello everyone. Could everyone please come to the front? We've got plenty of space here. Don't be intimidated by the judges. They're all actually very nice people at the front, so they're only going to be brutal towards the startups, not you. So please come to the front. Bit more. Plenty of space. First off, thank you everyone for coming tonight. Thanks for taking out your evening to come to this amazing PitchX event. First off, my name is Jason Lin. I'm the Chief of Staff here at YB Adventures, which is the innovation hub that you're all in here today. To kick things off, who here is really excited about saying goodbye to 2019 and ushering in 2020? Raise your hands. Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm ready for 2019 to be over. But before we get to 2020, there's really one thing left to do. There's one real celebration, and there's no better way to kick off 2020 than to watch 10 startups get torn apart, brutally critiqued. You'll see a lot of people sweating up on stage. And to usher in 2020, I really can't think of a better way, especially in the tech and startup community, than to host the final PitchX of 2019. PitchX launched into the new decade. Welcome, everyone. So, I only have really 3 housekeeping rules for you before we start. Number 1, bathrooms, because everyone loves a good bathroom. If you need a bathroom, please head out of the ballroom, turn left, and head straight into the bathrooms. Number 2, we've got plenty of drinks and food available, so help yourself to the drinks and food in the back. And number 3, again, we've got 10 startups pitching here today. It takes incredible courage to come up on stage and to pitch. So please give your biggest support, your biggest cheers, your biggest shouts or heckles or whatever it is. Lend your support to the startups because it's not easy to come on stage and to pitch. To start things off, I'd like to introduce our first sponsor, Academy XI, to the stage to say a few words. Please welcome Marina up to the stage.
Thank you so much everyone for coming, joining us here tonight for the pitching competition. For those who don't know who we are, Academy XI is an educational organization and we teach courses around human-centered design, emerging technology, innovation and business. But besides that, we also have a really big startup community that we support in Melbourne, and that's why we organize events like that. To provide you the platform to be heard and to be seen. And we do that not alone, of course, together with our partners, YB Adventures, who provided us with the venue here tonight, and a lot of support in organizing this event. And Silicon Beach is another partner of Academy of the PitchX night. So thank you so much, and I hope you will enjoy the night today. And good luck to everyone who's going to pitch. Thank you.
Thanks, Marina. Again, big thank you to Academy XI. They're really the ones who came up with the idea of the PitchX, so thank you, Marina. Our second sponsor, I'd like to invite Athula from Silicon Beach Drinks up to the stage. Please welcome Athula.
Thanks, Jason. Hi, everybody. Welcome to YBS. My name is Athula Bogara. I'm the lead organizer of Melbourne Silicon Beach. And as we go into 2020, we are putting Silicon Beach on steroids. So we have now called ourselves Silicon Beach Group Limited, and we are bringing all the Silicon Beach communities around the country under one umbrella called Silicon Beach Group. So if you don't know what Silicon Beach is, it is Australia's answer to Silicon Valley. So we're just not in one place. We're all over Australia. We are nearly 13,000 members in Melbourne, so those of you who are not members of Silicon Beach, just Google Melbourne Silicon Beach and you'll find our meetup group and join. And maybe tonight we'll hit 13,000 in Melbourne. And we're about 5,000 in Sydney and 3,000 in Brisbane and Adelaide, Perth and all over. We are all getting together, and my big, very audacious goal is to move Australia to number 2 startup nation in the world by 2025. We are at the moment number 5, according to startuplink.com. You can check out the ratings there. We were number 11 2 years ago, but we've come up to number 5 thanks to all the unicorns, most of them coming out of Melbourne. There was Airworks and a few others that came out this year. So we need to see some more unicorns out of the startups that are pitching tonight to get great Australia up there. So yeah, join us and come and join us for the journey. Thanks, Jason.
Thanks, Philo. If this is your first time in startups, I highly recommend that you join Silicon Beach Drinks. They're an amazing community of startups. We're proud to call Silicon Beach partners for over 7 years now. So they're a great way to meet your potential co-founder, an investor, or even a mentor for your company. So thank you again, Athula. Our next sponsor is Content and Context by Rory Manchi, one of our judges here. Rory, do you want to say any things about Content and Context?
Yeah, thanks. I should also declare I work out of YPF, so this is like a busman's holiday, working home and the office in one place. So Content and Context, really just my personal blog. Gives me license to write about anything that's happening in digital, in crypto, in governance, in startups, anything that takes my fancy, plus some cultural stuff along the way. And really, my way of giving back, if you like, apart from writing about all the pitch nights and competitions I go to and writing about those, tonight I've actually invited to judge, so thanks for the opportunity. And really look forward to tonight's pitches, because I think we do see a lot of ideas emerging at these events that eventually turn into those successes in the future. So thanks, Jason and the crew.
Thank you, Rory. We're on applause for Rory. Thank you for sponsoring this event. We're almost out of sponsors. Hang in there. I promise you, when we get to the startups, it's going to be a lot more intense here. Our next sponsor, I'd like to give a big thank you to Michelle Burke from Foresight Digital. Michelle, would you like to say a few things about Foresight? Please welcome Michelle to the stage, everyone.
Hello there, everyone. I'm Michelle from Foresight. We're a plug-and-play growth marketing company for organisations who need usually venture-backed and scale fast or go local. We have 10 to 15 here and also across the US. Very often we're helping companies that might start in a situation like this and then end up either with some VC-backed funding, or they might have bootstrapped to the point where they're really starting to scale. And I think it's been very exciting for me, being a part of the community over the last 5 years, to see things mature from not really having a startup community back when we founded Startup Victoria, to then what we see here today, which is a real recognition not just of the startup community, but now of the maturing of scale-ups and the many scale-ups that we're seeing here, both with Launchpeak and a variety of other kind of supportive organisations. So very, very excited to see the pictures tonight, and we want to be like Shark Tank, don't worry. Okay, fine. Only to make it happen.
Thank you, Michelle. And lastly, YBF Ventures. This beautiful building you're in right now is YBF Ventures, YBF Melbourne. We're an innovation hub. Our mission is really to help startups scale to succeed, and corporates to innovate. We do that by providing amazing workspace for startups, community events, and support. So if you'd like to find out more, head over to ybfventures.com to learn more about us. So that's for the sponsors and partners. Now, a little more to go before we get into the official pitching, if this thing works. Yeah. I'd like to introduce you now to our amazing panel of judges. First off, please give a big round of applause to Abina from Melbourne Accelerator Program. Abina is their social impact manager and has worked at NAP for the longest time, and is part of the early stage team at NAP that helps some incredible companies scale through the Melbourne Accelerator Program. So thank you for being here, Abina. Next up, please give a big round of applause for, again, Michelle Burke from Foresight Digital. Michelle is the founder and CEO of Foresight and an incredible business leader. So I can't wait to see what Michelle has to say about some of the companies that come on stage today. And lastly, please give a big round of applause, like really big as well for all the judges really, but for Rory from Content and Context. Thank you, Rory, for your company. Rory is also incredibly humble. Content and Context is one of his, 3 companies that he works on. So yeah, again, really excited to see what you have to say about some of the startups on stage today. If you like what you see today, please do tag us in one of our social media handles. Silicon Beach Group, Web Ventures, Academy inside. Our social media handles are all up on stage. So, to get into the main event, we're just about to kick off with 10 incredible pitches. The format for tonight is broken up into 2 rounds. Round 1, we'll see each startup pitch for 90 seconds. That's just 90 seconds. At the end of 60 seconds, you'll hear a gong, and at the end of 90 seconds, you'll hear another gong. That means that it's time to stop pitching. Oh. you can gong like harder than that, but give it a real gong. Yeah, real loud gong. That's a gong. Thank you, Mr. Gong. So, if you hear the second gong, stop pitching. That's followed by a Q&A session, and after the Q&A session, which is also 90 seconds, you'll hear a gong again. I'm getting you to practice before the main event. That means no more Q&As, your time's up, and we'll move on to the next pitch. Round 2 is similar. This time, we'll invite just 3 companies back to the stage to pitch. The company that gets back to the stage to pitch will have 5 minutes to give their pitch this time. So a lot of time to really explain what they do and get in depth. That's followed by a 2-minute Q&A. For round 2, you'll hear a gong at 4 minutes and a gong at 5 minutes. That means stop. And as usual, you hear a gong at the end of the Q&A. So, to kick things off, can we please give a big round of applause for our very first pitcher, Yontika from Motion AI. Welcome to the stage. Yeah, go for it.
Alright, I'm just going to start. Hi everyone. Did you know that 40% of hospital admissions are there because of a fall-related injury? And for people aged over 65, 72% of those falls occur inside the home. This leads to people feeling like they aren't safe in their own homes, so they have to move into expensive aged care facilities. So what we do is enable people to stay in their own homes for longer. Using cutting-edge technology, we build a profile of the individual and notify people immediately to reduce the response time in urgent situations. If there's a fall, a community volunteer is contacted and can go to check on them physically. Or if an abnormal sleep schedule is detected, that information will be highlighted on the dashboard the next time you log in. So, why now? Well, globally, the population aged 65 and over is growing faster than all other age groups. And in Australia, our non-working age population is growing twice as fast as everyone else. At the same time, machine learning technology is really starting to take off. For the first time, the technical infrastructure is accessible, and universities everywhere are starting to offer machine learning programs. Our mission is to make elderly people feel safe in their own homes and provide peace of mind to family members. We want people to live in their own homes for longer, so they stay connected to their community and retain control of their surroundings.
I was just wondering, it wasn't quite clear, is there a physical component to the technology? It sounded like there was.
There is. There's a hardware component, a software component, and a machine learning model on the cloud.
Okay.
It's not a wearable. No.
It's not a wearable. Okay.
No.
So what is it exactly?
It's a little device that's installed in the corner of the room that can see. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And is it in every room or just one main room that you can detect all of this other activity?
So it's based on how far someone's line of vision goes. So it's each room, as long as they can see, like the device has like a straight line of vision up to where the people would be.
With the technology available right now, that's what we could make. But once we get more money to research, we can use radio technology to get impact into the world.
But that's for the future. For our MVP, it's just line of sight.
What's the financial model, commercial model?
It would be a subscription-based model. So they would pay per month according to how many activities they want to monitor for, because we offer a range.
So the end user?
So the end customer would be either the end user, which is the elderly person themselves, or it would be their family members who want to take care of them, the carers.
You mentioned a community of volunteers.
I'll give you this question. Sorry.
Who are they and how do you get them involved and so on?
So initially for our MVP, it would be the individual's immediate support network. If we can't contact them, then we'll contact the government health response team. If we can't contact them, then we'll talk to St. John Ambulance's first aid certified volunteers. And if we can't contact them in the worst case, it would be 000. But in the future, we also want to have community volunteers who join up with us directly, so our own network as well.
Thank you, Veronica. Please give her a round of applause. Next up, please invite to the stage Rory Golo from Sola.io. Welcome to the stage.
Hi, I'm Rory, and welcome to Solar.io. We're on a mission to bring power back to people. Now, reality of living in Australia is paying an electricity bill. But what's scary about that is, on average, Australians, maybe you, spend just 2 seconds actually looking at that bill. And you're more likely to change your partner than you are in a retailer. One thing I'm sure you've noticed though is that bill's gone up. In fact, it's gone up by 63% over inflation in the last 10 years. And I can tell you why. It's due to the increasingly expensive and aging central distribution network that we've built. The grid, the poles, the lines, all those things we see, that takes up 50% of our electricity bill. There's also some environmental costs, but that's due to the 80% of energy that's been created by fossil fuel sources. Now, it means us as a customer ends up being expensive and the raw end of the deal. There is a solution there, you've all heard of it. It's called solar. It sits on your roof, cuts out the emissions, cuts out the middleman, and makes you less reliant on that grid system. But unfortunately, only 21% of Australians currently have a solar system on their roof. The traditional model of accessing solar is limited. Is it fair that you have to own a home or spend thousands of dollars to access this great opportunity? Or does it make sense to buy a power system? We don't think so. So we've built a business model to create a decentralized, clean energy infrastructure of the future. Are you actually ready? Is this?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I wasn't sure whether you're rebuilding the grid, decentralizing the grid, or somehow utilizing existing generation infrastructure.
So we're actually building the infrastructure. So we're building a virtual power plant with solar systems and financing it through a product, which is what we're calling a peer-to-peer investment platform. So they have two sides of the marketplace. They have producers, so we'll be giving Australian households solar systems for absolutely free. You didn't get a chance to say that, but you will get solar systems for free. There's also an investment opportunity for everyone to make a return on that solar network. The actual product is an investment platform.
The product is an investment platform. Also, take Dalesford, for example, right, where they've now got a community-owned wind sort of energy generation. It would be something like that, but effectively for communities.
Yeah, it'll be a power plant that sits on almost 35,000 homes across Australia.
Yeah.
So rather than being a big
And a
solar,
single thing, it would be across multiple houses that will share.
they wouldn't share so the individual household gets the solar system with no upfront cost.
Okay.
They then pay an electricity bill based actually on the production of that solar system. So for those engineers out there, a purchase power agreement, costs them 35% on average for their monthly bill. So they're saving money on their electricity bill, but not having to pay a couple of $1,000 to the cost of buying a solar system.
Yep.
So it's kind of like subscribing to a solar system.
And so how does the investor make money back?
So the bill that the producer, so the household, the bill that they're paying on a monthly basis, that's the revenue stream. We give 70% back to the investor, and we just take a small clip. Kind of like how Uber connects a driver to a customer. Customer saves money, driver makes money.
Thanks, Rory. Round of applause for Rory, please. As you can see firsthand, 90 seconds of pitching is not a lot of time. Neither is a 90-second Q&A, and we love to be punctual. So if you're going over time, we will step in and I'll awkwardly hover behind you until you stop. Next up, please welcome Sharif Abbas from Audience up to the stage. Welcome, Sharif.
I'm going to ask you a question. Answer the question by choosing a number from 1 to 5. How much do you like home-cooked food? 5. I would go 20. Home-cooked food is awesome. I really love home-cooked food. It's a privilege to be able to cook good home-cooked food, and it's even better to have someone cook good food for you at home. And that has been the situation with myself and my wife. She's very good at cooking. I'm very good at eating. Until one day she asked, well, is there a platform like Menulog for home-cooked food? And that was the moment. No, there isn't that we know of. Oyams, that's on the t-shirt, was born on that day. A platform that lets everybody who is interested to cook and sell their food, and lets everybody to order authentic home-cooked food. Oyams was established on that premise, and we actually started working on 23rd of November. That was 23rd of November, and we started delivering food. And I'm here to request for financial support, to request for professional support to expand our technological capabilities, and I'm looking for cooks. Anybody in to start cooking and publish their meals on Oyams? Thank you very much.
Well done, Sharif, and congratulations for starting. I'm curious, how did you get over the health and food regulations for this?
Legislation, so every cook must have two particular legislation requirements. The first is to complete the food safety supervisor certificate, which is required by law, and the second is to be registered by the council. The council goes to your place, look at the kitchen, obtain kitchen drawings, and we are actually facilitating this process for our cooks. We're letting people actually enjoy taking care of the food, and we are doing the rest of the business, delivery and marketing and the legislation.
So who does the ongoing monitoring once they've been certified? Who does the ongoing certification and monitoring of your suppliers?
Once a cook is registered by the council, it's the responsibility of the cook to maintain their status. If they change homes, they have to notify us so that we can start the certification process again.
But that just sounds concerning to me.
Yeah, because there's a lot of triggers there that would necessitate recertification.
As in, a lot of
Triggers, as in change of residents, change of staff, change of
yeah, so we're in continuous communication with the cooks, and we request that to notify us of any change or situation at the homes to be sure that it's streamlined and that we're taking. Of course, we're taking care of that.
Thank you, Sharif. Round of applause. Tough questions starting to come out. So the later you are in the pitching stage, the harder the questions get. No pressure for the other companies out there. You might be wondering, why are these 10 companies out here today pitching? That's because there are actually some really fun prizes. Well, aside from hanging out with all of you and the judges. Some incredible prizes up for grabs today for the first prize winner. The first place winner will receive desk space at YBF for 2 team members for 3 consecutive months, valued at $4,200. They'll also receive a 10-week part-time digital growth marketing course at Academy XI, valued at $3,500. They'll receive 2 hours marketing review session with Foresight, valued at $600. And lastly, they'll get a dedicated post in Content and Context. So some incredible prizes up for grabs. And yeah, that's why these companies are putting on their best show for everyone tonight. Next up, please welcome to the stage Andrew Marshall from CPAP Buddy. Andrew, welcome.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm a biomedical engineer, PhD candidate, and co-founder of CPAP Buddy. CPAP Buddy is a monitoring device for preterm infants that makes application of breathing support safer and easier. Over 15 million infants are born prematurely every year worldwide, and many of these infants struggle to breathe on their own and require constant support from CPAP devices that provide additional oxygen through a mask. But correctly applying a CPAP mask is both time-consuming and challenging. If it's applied too tightly, it can cause permanent facial scarring. If it's applied too loosely, the reduced breathing support can lead to brain damage or even death from the lack of oxygen. And nurses simply don't have enough time to check the mask as often as they need to. That's why we've developed CPAP Buddy, to provide nurses with the information they need so they can adjust the mask to prevent skin damage and brain damage. It's a universally compatible add-on to existing CPAP devices, and it's the first device of its kind in a growing market. We're in the process of filing provisional patent, and we've developed a trial-ready prototype using over 10,000 hours of clinical data that we've collected over the past few years. We plan to be commercially ready by 2022, following partnership with an established CPAP manufacturer. Our team consists of clinicians and engineers who are experienced in developing technologies for breathing infants and experienced in commercialization in this space. So join us in making CPAP safer.
What percentage of the 15 million end up with skin or brain damage per year?
End up with brain damage.
Yeah. Like what's the risk factor? Yeah, so you said 15 million infants born prematurely worldwide, and obviously this provides a solution to a problem.
Yes.
My question is, obviously that problem is at risk of skin and brain damage.
Yeah.
So how many of those 15 million actually end up with skin and brain damage?
Yeah, so there is a very data. The majority of the proportion of preterm are actually underdeveloped countries such as Kenya and Tanzania. So the data collection method is very limited. From for example, in Australia, we know enough to say that it does cost about $5 million per infant to as lifetime cost of financial burden if the infant survives prematurely. So why not simplify this for it and to compromise the risk?
This might be a stupid question, but judges are allowed to ask stupid questions. What does CPAP actually stand for?
Continuous positive airway pressure. So CPAP device is basically a device that provides additional oxygen through a mask with some amount of pressure. So it's providing assistance with the baby, keeping its airways open, so they have this work with breathing.
And I'm assuming then that there are CPAP for adults and
Yes.
other patients. Okay, so apart from the particular damage potential to premature babies, what other considerations are there with using this device with premature babies?
So usually without
Using CPAP, what other factors are there compared to using this with, say, adults or
well, so the CPAP systems that we use in adults are very similar to the preterm infants. Neither device really has detailed monitoring of what's actually going on in the mask, whether it's on properly. Adults, you can feel whether it's on properly to some extent and adjust it yourself. A preterm infant, you can't. They can't. So it's relying on the nurse to know whether the mask is on properly. They can look at a range of other tasks and things they aren't there to be staring at the mask for 24 hours.
Big round of applause for the team at CPAP Buddy. Next, please welcome to the stage Thui from Travels by TM. Welcome.
So I'd like to start off with a quote. They say that before you plant new seeds, you must disrupt your soil. So the year was 2017 when I was sitting at my corporate job desk staring blankly outside of the window, and I thought to myself, this is definitely not what I had signed up for. Thus, 2017 was the year that I began my disruption process when I decided to solo travel across South America for 6 months. A major problem that millennials face today is that they are the most disengaged age group in corporate organizations. However, they are also the most passionate and driven group once they tap into their purpose. And this is where solo traveling comes in to aid in that self-discovery journeys for millennials who are seeking for a much bigger meaning. Our solution at Travels by TM is that we help millennials and Gen Z. We provide the tools and guidance necessary for them to become capable, creative, and confident solo travelers so that they can get out there to expand their perception and ultimately find meaning and pursue their purpose. We launched and ran our first expedition this year in May in Peru, and the journey was a success and we had a huge learning curve from that. Currently, we are ready to expand the number of locations as well as the frequencies of these retreats. Today, what I'm seeking for is mentorship, possibly a co-founder, and just to connect to the startup community, as I've just gone back to Melbourne 3 weeks ago. And I'm also looking for freelance opportunities to fund our ongoing mission. My name is Tweed, this is Travels by TM, and thank you for listening.
Thanks for that, Tweed. How's this differentiating from a continued tour or someone just doing travel excursion?
Because we actually teach individuals how to actually navigate solo traveling by teaching them how to intentionally plan their travels, and then they will use the skills and experiences to apply it in the real life environment where they're on these transformational retreats, and they can use these skills to further advance their self-discovery process beyond our retreats.
How much does it cost?
About $2,500 USD at the moment per person.
So what did you make of the first
So the first session, we had one customer who came down from the United States. She trusted us, signed her life away, and we charged her $1,500 USD as a first customer.
Okay. Oh, so you're saying it's like a solo, like it's literally one person goes on these trips with another person.
Yeah, so all the travellers who sign up, they would have to go alone. So they'll be solo travelling because they don't know anyone else. But these retreats will teach them how to solo travel on their own beyond the retreat afterwards.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so these guys are aspiring solo travellers.
But just to clarify, so the test that you ran, only had one participant?
Yes, we had one participant to try our first launch.
Thank you, Joey. That was pitch number 5. We're halfway through and we've got 5 more pitches to go. So right at the halfway point, introducing our next company, please welcome Lang from Mentor Community. Welcome to the stage, Lang.
Hi everyone, I'm Lang, one of the co-founders for Mentor Community. I'm gonna start off my pitch with a thought experiment. Imagine you're a newly arrived immigrant living here in Australia, one of the 190,000 permanent immigrants that Australia takes in every year. Come here by yourself, no support network, no family, no friends, and you're looking to get into the rat race that is the Australian job market. Where do you start? What do you do? Well, you could, like most of us, try your hand at networking to get a feel for the market, get the advice that you need. So you start going to networking events, start going to recruitment drives, then start messaging people on LinkedIn. What if I told you there was an easier, more efficient way to get the connections that you need, as well as the support that you need as well, tailored to your situation? What if I told you there was a platform out there that not only linked you with industry professionals, but people willing to help you that have gone through the exact same experiences that you're going through? What if I told you this platform also did all of the hard work for you, by matching you with the exact people that are likely to help you the most? This was the thought process that led myself and my co-founder in developing the idea for Mentor Community. At Mentor Community, we aim to bridge the gap that currently exists in the networking ecosystem. A gap that exists between the audience, traditional forms of networking, and the actual desired end results. Right now, we're still very early stage. That's all the time we have. I'd love to tell you more about it later.
Obviously, you would have told us more about how it works, but in essence, what is the end goal from the user experience compared to all those other solutions that you alluded to? Because obviously, networking is not a one-stop shop. So, what is the ultimate user experience that you're aiming to achieve?
So our essentially the analogy I make is think of Tinder, but for essentially what the magic of Tinder is, it's low cost, as in it's very easy to go through a lot. And we really want to minimize the friction it takes, which is essentially the biggest barrier to entry for finding a mentor that these potential mentees experience. So we want to make that seamless. We want to make a e-platform that really facilitates mentor-mentee relationship.
Obviously, Tinder is monetized in a way that both parties want to pay because they both kind of want the same outcome. Whereas in the kind of relationship we're talking about here, someone is going to get more out of the relationship perhaps than the other person, or there's sort of a difference in the likely market, right? So your mentor relationship market is going to be a lot smaller than people who are looking for mentors. How does the monetization of this product take its characteristic into consideration?
Yeah, I think what you're raising probably the biggest challenge that we're facing right now is how do we successfully incentivize these mentors to sign up for the program as delivering quality value and advice to these patrons. Can't give you an answer right now, but the real gist of it from our end is that the value that the mentors bring is dependent on the industry experience. It's up to the platform to find this sort of a pool of mentors willing to deliver this value and hence try and channel that value towards potential mentees. Okay.
Thank you, Lang. 4 more companies to go. For our next pitcher, please give a warm welcome to Prisha from Fulfill. Prisha, please come on stage.
Cleaning products are an essential part of our life. In fact, Australians use around 500 million pounds of cleaning products, but they are all single-use packaged. And that's because 99.99% of all cleaning products that you buy in the supermarket are single-use packaged. Now, our solution to that is we will deliver to your house a concentrated, zero-waste packaged cleaning tablet and a refillable bottle. So you never have to go to the supermarket and buy another plastic packaged cleaning product ever again. Thank you.
Thanks for that. In what ways is it zero waste? Like what kind of ingredients are you using and how are they safe, I guess, to use?
Good question. It's zero waste because all our packaging is zero waste in that we use aluminium for the refillable bottle and the tablet is packaged in a craft paper, so it's not packed in plastic. In terms of, was that a question, sorry?
So how do you make sure that it's safe for the
So at the moment we are actually using Australian botanical ingredients, and that's going to be part of our branding, of course. As well as that, how is it natural? Okay. The ingredients are, so we're going to be testing our tablets with Australian authorities or the natural eco organizations which certify that. At the moment, it is natural, but obviously we want that testing to go through to make it easier.
How long does the tablet tablet kind of ask for. So I'll give you an example, right? I have, there's this thing called NoPol. You know, everyone's heard of it. But it's like an alternative to, and it costs like $6. And I'll get like 3, you know, and that'll last me maybe a month. My question is, how long does this last? At what rate do you expect customers to need to purchase, and at what rate of repurchase in order to
Good question, sir. So I've been testing the product at home. One tablet comes with 400 mils more, and mine is lasting me about a month. But it depends on how much you use it and how quickly. Obviously, we are testing cleaning companies, so I think the usage is going to be much more quicker. Yeah, that's the question, sir.
Thank you, Krista. Only 3 left to go. Before we jump to the next pitch, I'd like to just quickly run through what the second prize winner gets from Pitchex. So really quickly, the second place winner will get 1 fixed desk for 2 team members of YB Adventures, valued at $2,100, and they'll also get a $500 credit for workshops or boot camps at Academy XI. So prizes all the way through for the top 3 winners. Next, please give a big round of applause and welcome Maggie from VibeDate. Maggie, please come to the stage.
Hi, my name is Maggie, founder of VibeDate. I'd like to start by asking everyone a question. Who here has ever been on a date? Alright, now who here has been on a bad date? Yep, right there is your problem. So the solution? VibeDate. VibeDate is a personalized dating service provider. So we plan, organize dates for birthdays, anniversaries, or just for date nights. So you can avoid that horrible fight when you say, what do you want for dinner? And they say, you choose. And you go, no, you choose. And then you end up not speaking for the next hour and eating a pizza on the couch. So currently, VibeDate is a website. The dates are personalized based on your likes and interests, with categories including food dates, nature dates, adventure dates, surprise dates. We find out what you and your partner like to do and create an experience based around that, specifically tailored to you. You set your own budget in terms of how much you'd like to pay, and we create something for you based off that. There are currently 2 services. So there is a subscription service similar to Netflix where you pay $10 a month with a couple of subscribers currently, and they get free dating tips, advice, events coming up in Melbourne. We've gained some really great traction in terms of a large Instagram, well I say large, it's probably not that large, Instagram following about 2,000, a mailing list of about 200. And the second service is a 1-by-1 date service where we plan for each occasion as a once-off. Thank you.
How many dates have you facilitated so far?
It has been a couple of years, so probably about 50.
How much would you be making? At what point would you be making a profit?
So I've set up agreements with suppliers around Melbourne in terms of adventure providers, things like seaplanes, boats, and they've given me discounted rates. So my profit margin comes when the person pays for their date. So they pay via the website, and the discrepancy between how much they've paid and how much I'm paying for it is my profit margin.
So what's the differentiator then from selling a Red Balloon?
I think the differentiator is in Red Balloon, you scroll, you get 1 million results, there's 50 pages, you're scrolling, you give up, you know. Whereas for us, we create the whole experience based for you, it's all personalised, it's not 1 million generic results, it's specifically catered, I plan, organise, all you have to do is show up.
To what extent are you profiling your customers, and how does that fit in terms of managing privacy and all the other stuff that you're having to collect in order to curate these dates or these experiences?
Generally, I have a conversation with them. So if it's the subscription service, it is just quite generic date ideas based on their preferences. But if it is the 1-by-1 dates, I will have a conversation and find out specifically about them, what they're comfortable to reveal to me. They just tell me what they want. I never push for any extra info, and I just do it based off that.
Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you.
please welcome Nico from PetMate. Nico, welcome.
Alright, hello everyone. I'm going to ask how many of you have pets right now, but I'm a pet owner and I have to download a number of applications. Yet I have to turn to YouTube, Google, Facebook to get the questions answered. It's a $70 billion market in 2018 and more than 57% of the world population own pet. Yet there was no single platform which covers all aspects of pet life. Well, my name is Nico. I'm the founder of PetMate. Founder of PetMate. I have more than 6 years experience in business development, marketing, sales, and PetMate, finally here, is a total pet care management application. Essentially, customers can access all the services such as vet, pet minding, insurance, e-commerce, to name a few, from a single app. Additionally, first time in the history, I'm designing a digital pet ID, which means all the services acquired from the system will be recorded in the digital pet ID for the benefit of the customer, namely during the time of change of ownership or just a vet visit. Last but not least, virtual pet assistant will be implemented into the idea, which means customer can get instant answers from the application based on the machine learning. My idea got the first place in the UPitch, second place in the UHack, and here today I'm asking for a co-founder with strong IT skills or investment. Thank you.
So what exactly is the solution? Because it wasn't very clear. You're talking about a whole pet care management system. Is it simply a marketplace? Is it a knowledge base? What is it?
So it's essentially a marketplace where at the moment we've got disparate applications out there, but they're targeting individual pets or just individual services. Whereas at this stage I'm planning to bring all of them to the same hub. And again, goal is not just bringing them together, but creating a massive database which can be used during the change of ownership for vet services, especially if you move from one area to another area, all your services which you received will be lost. And currently we got only vet services being recorded, but the number of services you receive for your pet, such as insurance, let's say dog walk, pet walking, pet grooming, and the number of out there, but all the data about that, it's not just recorded, it's gone.
So who pays you?
Right, so when the mobile app users, it's free for them, they don't pay for it. However, the service providers will be charged based on the service they provide.
So it's like a percentage or?
It's going to be a percentage, so for instance for e-commerce, it's going to be a higher percentage than let's say for a pet groomer. But it's a percentage base, that's correct.
So hang on, they get to sell their product through?
Well, there will be a number of services. One of them will be e-commerce, where basically an individual can sell pet-related items, let's say for the sake of argument, a cage, and then I will get a higher percentage. But there will be other services as well.
Thank you, Nico.
No worries.
Great pitch. I think the judges are going to give me a hard time for not moving your slide fast along. So go easy on me, please, after this. Our last pitch for the night, for round one. Please welcome Dee from Kerry.
So we already know that 50 million babies are born premature every year. This means they will be able to breathe well without oxygen support, needing a mask to be tightly sealed on their extremely vulnerable skin. Hi everyone, I'm Dee, co-founder of Kerry, and we make breathing easier for preemies. Currently, 56% of babies who receive oxygen therapy, called CPAP, experience nasal injury due to unfit mask. This increases hospital stay and brings enormous mental stress to parents. We are building a uniquely designed, customized mask to fit babies' anatomical features. Therefore, it can improve treatment efficiency, minimize nasal injury, and improve patient comfort. These benefits will also extend to 19 million children who have sleep apnea, helping them to have a safe and restful night of sleep. Our team consists of passionate biomedical engineers with mentors from Melbourne University. I will have validated our clinical need with clinicians and nurses from Melbourne NICUs and developed our first prototype. Today, we are here looking for mentorship in commercialization, and we would also love to hear from parents of preemie and children with sleep apnea. We are Carrie. We believe in the best personal care for babies and children. Thank you.
So this is sort of like the first CPAP buddy.
Yes.
But it's for sleep apnea as well.
Yes.
Combination of both. So
Yeah.
you sort of have an added benefit.
Yeah.
And how might this say be really differentiated from massive companies in the market, especially like say ResMed here in Australia, that creates like sleep apnea technologies?
Yes, investment definitely is a key player in CPAP industry, but they don't have products for premature babies, especially for the mask. And also for the children, they only offer 1 and 2 sizes to cover the children from 0 to 14 years old. But we know that every children have very different noses with different shapes, sizes, and angles. 1 or 2 sizes to cover all the children definitely not enough.
Can I ask, what's your thought process on creating a unique mask versus the CPAP buddy that are creating a device that like fits onto a regular mask for better fit?
So our current masks, the design, we just like sort of like a triangle shape to sit on the nose area. So our design is we design the current mask based on baby anatomical features, based on baby anatomy of the shape. So it can create better air seal and minimize injury.
Thank you, Dee. Bit of a plot twist for our last pitch. Will we see CPAP Buddy and Carrie have a merger or collaboration? Stay tuned to find out. So before we take a break, I'd just like to quickly run you through our third place prize. There's a winner all the way for 1, 2, and 3. The third place winner today will receive $200 in credit for any boot camp or workshop from Academy XI. So that wraps up round 1. Can we please give a big round of applause for everyone who did show here today? Thank you to all the teachers. You did a great job. It's not easy being on stage for 90 seconds and having another 90 seconds Q&A. What's going to happen right now is that the judges are going to go into the rooms. They're going to take a few minutes to deliberate on the top 3 companies, and we'll be back here for round 2. So please help yourself to some food and stay tuned for round 2. Thank you.